So I'm heading to Atlanta to do a beautiful finish on a basement bar. It's a small bar that's really doesn't require an assistant, so it's just me. Can't wait to teach you this finish because I just made it up.
Woodstock Road, then use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Georgia 92 North.
Now you know my coordinates where I'm at. And we're here. So this is the bar. You can see that white bar is just not working with this beautiful, warm, rusticy look we have going down here. I just love this piece. Look at this beautiful metal. This is my sample. Got a woody look to it without being too grainy. So everything is sanded and dusted off, and now I'm going to degloss, which it'll further clean it and get any debris off, but it's also going to etch in a little further and smooth out any scratches. So I'm just going to pour it in a little bin, use a little towel, definitely wear gloves for this. And then you're just going to wipe it down, pull some of that off while it's sopping. And you'll feel it kind of gum up. So any shine left on this is going to be dulled down, so it will receive my paint. Okay, so everything is prepped and ready for paint. I'm going to use 2 base colors, Bare, Primer, and Paint in One. So because this is already painted, you really don't need to prime it. And if I'm talking kind of low, like weird, it's because my clients are upstairs and I don't want to disturb them. They probably think I'm just mumbling and talking to myself, which is kind of funny, but okay. So I am using 2 colors. This is a gray, and this is kind of a burnt umber color. I love these 2 mixes. So what I'm doing, rather than do layers of graining, I want this smoother. I am merging the 2 colors so they're both, I'm working with them both wet, so I'm kind of doing like a blend. Let's start with my gray because this is the dominant color. And my focus is on the center panel first and then working my way out. This helps me organize the job. Just focus on each element before you. So again, I'm cutting in, and then my final stroke is going to be in the direction of grain of the wood. Even though this isn't meant to be grainy, you want it very intentional. Now, I'm going to add in my a little more unique. I'll go heavier in the center with that. Maybe a little more. And then back to my gray. I just totally made this up. I love when clients say, whatever you think, whatever you think. Okay, this is what I think. And they love it. So I get to do it. Obviously, I'm on this outer frame, so I'm going to continue on. Is this even in the shot? Yes. Watch for sags, because it's so heavy when it's this wet, it'll want to start to sag, and that's like little drips that come after you walked away. Okay, so I always keep a wet paper towel. I just got a little there, and it just, because I don't like to tape off. I'm good at cutting in and taping off, just kind of, well, it slows me down, but it also can seep under, and then I've got a bigger issue. And I know there's that froggy tape or something that, I don't know, I just don't do all that. But if you're more comfortable, you should. Deeper on that. And let that corner be a little bit. And I'm pulling some gray over, so I may not, no, I still need a little bit more gray. So here you want to make it as if the cabinet's structurally made, where this is where the seam is. So I'm just going to stick with that. And a little there, a little on the bottom. I'm totally painting that. Just the worst is when you don't catch those little mishaps and you paint the wall, and then you're like, oh man, I gotta go find that paint and touch it up. Okay, so that looks pretty good. That was a sag right there, so I just swooped it up. And I'll always look over as it's setting up while I'm on another element, another door, another drawer or something. I'll keep looking over my shoulder, making sure I catch any drips and just smooth it out. If you don't, you're going to have to sand it and then rework it. And you see my sizes of brushes, the bigger spaces that I want more gray, I want less of this. Now I'm in a tight area here, and I'm going to just, so I'll open this a little just to get it in that edge so I don't see any white on this side. All right, I think you get it. And I'm going to continue this out. Okay, so I'm calling it a day. So we're going to let this dry overnight. Shelves are here. Put my handy dandy fan on. So when I come in tomorrow, we're going to hit it with some antiquing. It is day 2, and I'm ready to antique. I am using omitted glaze now. This was latex until the antiquing. I'm using a chip brush, cheesecloth, blue paper towels because they're tough, and I've got them soaking in mineral spirits. Paint thinner, same thing. This is my favorite omitted glaze, Benjamin Moore. This is Studio Finishes. It's awesome. And I tinted it. This is just Gamblin, but you can use any fine oil-based paint. This is Raw Umber. Love it. And I spiked it with black to get this nice, rich color. Time to glaze. So, a wet paper towel. I am just going to drench this. And I'm going to focus on the center. All right, that might be a little too wet. Oh, take some of that off. So with my cheesecloth, I am going to smoke it up. And once that's tainted, I'm going to a clean one. actually middle clean, and then final fluff will be clean. Because we want this wood grain, I'm letting some faint lines show through or remain. And I'm whispering because there are children sleeping upstairs. Okay. And then the outside. Always clean up these little white collected areas, because if it dries pooled like that, it will dry white, not clear. So you do want to really work it. And then sometimes look at it, it will pool and drip in the corners, which I'll come back sometimes 5 minutes later and just swoop up any little drips that might come. And I'm just working it back and forth, making sure I work all the bubbles out, with the final swoop being in the direction of my wood. Always put tabs on. And there's my sample for reference. My job here is done.